When BMW Motorrad first launched the S1000RR a few years ago, it completely shook up the competition, including European manufacturers like Ducati and the Japanese Big Four. The bike was quick to gain accolades across the world as the fiercest, most lethal, but yet extremely friendly litre-class superbike to ride. And now, we have the second generation S1000RR that is out and has been launched in India as well. And we are riding it today at a very special location, which is the Madras Motor Race Track. Before the arrival of the S1000RR, BMW Motorrad was not a name associated with superbikes and was known only for its adventure tourers. And in that sense, the S1000RR was a surprise for many. Since its launch a few years ago, the S1000RR has become a name that commands serious respect in superbiking circles with its mind-blowing performance and dynamics, and of course, that unconventional design. The S1000RR was criticized by many for its quirky design, and the second generation motorcycle is not any different, as its design is an evolution of the originals. The end result though is a motorcycle that is one of the most aerodynamic ones in its class. The S1000RR continues with the asymmetrical design, starting from the quirkily styled headlights. Both sides of the fairing are different from each other, just like before, but the design now feels more like a part of the bike's character. That said, I was beginning to appreciate the styling as my day with the bike wore on, as the new S1000RR looks a lot sharper and more compact than its predecessor. In fact, it is one of the best looking superbikes on sale today in a segment that boasts some of the most stunning motorcycles money can buy. Full marks to BMW Motorrad for the styling. BMW Motorrad continues with the inline 4-cylinder format for its engine, which is the most popular format in this segment, and of course goes without saying, inline 4-cylinder engines are easily the best sounding engines as far as motorcycles are concerned. In fact, this motorcycle sounds so good at high revs, I don't think there's any need for somebody to go in for an aftermarket exhaust. And that's besides the fact that now the S1000RR is a proud member of the 200 PS motorcycle club, which makes it a super powerful litre-class superbike. The S1000RR is a proud member of the 200 PS motorcycle club thanks to a new cylinder head, lighter valves, shorter intakes and a lot more. And with a curb weight of just 208 kilos, this Bavarian beast boasts a stunning power to weight ratio of 966 PS per ton. It is capable of accelerating to 100 km per hour in just about 3 seconds. And with this kind of staggering performance and refinement levels, I have no doubts in saying this is a gem of an engine. The 6-speed gearbox and its bi-directional quick shifter are equally good if not better, and gear changes are a breeze without the need to use the clutch lever at all. Peak powers produced at a dizzy 13,500 RPM, but this time BMW Motorrad has also focused on mid-range performance. There's so much power on offer at all times, it is easy to scare yourself silly unless your right wrist is well connected to your brain. Performance is relentless, and even on a racetrack like the Madras Motor Race Track, it was not easy to put all 201 PS down. And that's where the electronics come into play. If the electronics game in the litre-class superbike segment were to be an arms race, the S1000RR would probably lead from the front. There's ridiculous levels of rider aids on offer, and stuff like launch control feels ordinary here. Well, if you're interested, the S1000RR also comes equipped with cruise control and heated grips. The riding modes help you tailor engine performance and handling to suit your individual style, and dynamic traction control particularly deserves a mention, as it lets you forget you're riding a 200 PS rocket every time you crack the throttle open. One of my personal favorites here though is the lean angle sensor that tells you your highest angle of lean around corners. How cool is that? With the S1000RR, BMW has proved yet again that offering the best electronics package to manage the engine performance optimally is far more important than offering the highest power output. So whether you're a seasoned professional or someone riding a superbike for the first time, the S1000RR will amaze you with its cleverly monitored performance and also stun you with how fast you can ride it around a racetrack. Another example of BMW Motorrad's engineering brilliance is the active damping suspension. The suspension is electronically controlled, which means depending on the riding mode chosen by the rider and the surface that you are riding on, the damping gets adjusted and it offers a perfect balance between ride and handling. The electronic dampers are one of the biggest contributors in making the S1000RR the apex predator it is. The suspension makes for unreal confidence levels and sharpness around corners, as the bike ensures the amount of dive when you brake, the amount of firmness when leaned over fully, and compression damping when accelerating hard in a straight line with the front wheel off the ground are all perfect. Dynamic damping control studies information from various sensors 100 times every second to offer the best setup, and the result is a handling package that's really hard to beat. The chassis works hand in glove with the suspension to make the S1000RR the handler that it is. When flicking from side to side, the bike felt almost as light and as nimble as a 600cc sports bike. As compared to the older version, the new S1000RR uses a sharper steering geometry and a longer wheelbase to offer better stability around corners, along with more feel and feedback from the front end. Then there's the brakes. The S1000RR comes equipped with top-of-the-line brake systems from Brembo, and slowing down for corners was a breeze. On the whole, the combination of the electronics and the chassis and suspension make sure the bike goes exactly where you want it to. It's almost as if the motorcycle can read your mind, and with the new S1000RR, BMW has proved yet again that it makes some of the most engaging automobiles on the planet. With the first generation S1000RR, BMW Motorrad had clearly set the proverbial cat among the pigeons in the litre-class superbike segment. And with the second generation motorcycle, it is only carrying that legacy forward. The performance is explosive, the technology is so good that anybody could just jump onto it, start riding fast and feel good about it. It literally makes you feel like a hero. That's how good this motorcycle is. It does most of the hard work for you, lets you enjoy your time in the saddle and feel great about it. Of course, getting your knee down or posting lap times is extremely easy, and I think anybody with even a little bit of experience of riding on track is going to have a lot of fun on this motorcycle.